I knew that I had some depressive tendencies and that I sometimes got overly anxious since my late teens. I would sometimes engage in things like catastrophic thinking. I would need multiple backup plans because I would imagine the most horrible outcomes. And I also, around that time, started having some suicidal ideation, but not with intent. It wasn't until over a decade later, a few months after I had my third baby, that I sought any treatment beyond counseling. So at that point, I started on a medication that helped with both anxiety and depression. Okay. And when the medication really started working, I realized that I probably should have done that about 10 years earlier. Yeah, when my depression is bad, it is truly disabling. During a depressive episode, I can't muster the interest, the motivation, or energy to do basic things. And then anxiety follows the depression because I start to ruminate about how I'm letting people down or upsetting people, or so I think. So it's affected my marriage. It took my husband a while to come to a true understanding. He's an essential support for me when I'm struggling because he both picks up some of the slack when I can't do as much as I normally would, as well as nudges and facilitates me doing the things that help me feel better. I went for counseling through Student Health Services several times during both my undergraduate and graduate studies, and that was a really good place to start. So in that process, I was sort of informally diagnosed with anxiety and depression, but never a formal diagnosis that was recorded anywhere. What made the biggest difference for me was at one point my care was transferred from my family doctor, my GP, to my psychiatrist. And the reason that happened actually is because I also have ADHD, and ADHD and mood disorders are often comorbid. They often occur together. So I had asked my doctor if it would be possible to explore how the treatment could be coordinated for those things. And so he referred me to a psychiatrist who specializes in ADHD, and it has helped a great deal in dealing with my mood disorders as well. First and foremost is cognitive behavioral therapy, and both the cognitive and the behavioral pieces have been really important for me. Another thing is that it has changed over time. What I need, what my triggers or challenges are, have changed because I'm changing, my context is changing. I need to be alert enough cognitively to be able to detect when an episode is coming on. And that's been a huge advantage of the cognitive behavioral therapy, because after 3 years of a serious depressive episode each fall, I've had 3 years without a serious depressive episode. And that is really down to the CBT, because I now catch that downward slide, that insidious negative path earlier than I used to be able to. I've really developed a much stronger self-awareness. And that has made a big difference in both personal and work relationships. I've really been able to connect with other people. It's made a huge difference in my work as a university instructor and as a student success coach. I can see when they are struggling with something to the point of needing professional help, when they don't see it or other people around them don't see it, because I'm able to pick up on those signs more readily. One of the things that I've done to help myself and remind myself to have hope during dark times is I actually bought myself this necklace, and it says, "Even the darkest days will end and the sun will rise." And that is a quote from Les Miserables, and it always reminds me that even though it feels hopeless when I'm in it, I know based on past evidence of every depressive episode I've had that I'm going to come out of it and I will be happy again. I will feel joyful again. I will feel connected to my family and friends again.